What it do for real? I ain't gonna lie. I really don't even know why I'm doing these, but I feel like I should, because I've been so quiet and sitting back and holding everything in, not really expressing how I feel, just trying to just keep it going and trying to figure out the best solution to whatever I'm going through. But lately I've just been going through some rough times, going through a lot lately. And honestly, some days are harder than most. You know, I feel like at this, where I'm at right now, it's probably the lowest I ever felt. And if anybody who know me, you know I've been through some shit. But I feel like this situation right here is just, you know, I'm only human. And sometimes you get tired, man. You know, tired of doing things the same way and expecting, I guess, different results. So, you know, lately, I just been trying to focus on myself, focus on work, and then, you know, focus on who I am outside of the people that I attach myself to. I feel like sometimes you get so caught up in, well, at least in my case, I got so caught up in trying to be the person that I never had, if that makes sense. You know, you want somebody to look out for you. You want somebody to be there for you. You want somebody to pick up when you call. You want somebody to support you when you need them to. You want them to show up. Well, I based most of my life on that. Being that person. And to an extent, it does has its rewards as far as to yourself, because, you know, in my own right, I feel, I'm like, damn, you know, regardless of how people treat me or how they feel about me, I'm always going to be solid. I'm always going to be that person, always going to be that guy that's always going to smile and, yeah, I mean, try to give people the best foot forward, you know. Try not to short people or in their experience with me. And it's crazy, you know, the things that you try to teach yourself, or the things that you tell yourself, or the things that you were told. It could be all that. You come to a point in your life, if you know, especially when you tired of the same results, you start to look at things differently, and you start to try to figure out why you do the things you do. You know, I think one of my worst flaws is, you know, I could probably say my separation anxiety. You know, I've been so invested in becoming this person that I put time into, you know, a lot of solitary nights, a lot of nights talking to God, asking God, you know, how can I understand people? Because since a kid, I always had some type of, I wouldn't say issues with people, but, you know, I guess I'd just be misunderstood, you know. I smile, speak when people walk into the room. You know, I take interest in whatever people may have to express or talk about, even if it is a lie. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I don't care. Shit. Let people be who they are. That's how I always felt. And it's so crazy. I got so caught up in being that person to let people be who they are. In the midst of that, I'm being judged for who I am. That shit drives me nuts. It's like, damn, you know, I accept you for who you are. But yet, I could not be the person, or I could probably have, you might have an issue with how I do something, right? I'm showing up. I'm there. But it ain't, you know, you could bring them a burger. I'm just using this as an analogy. It's like bringing somebody a burger. Like, oh damn, I wanted cheese. You ain't put cheese on the burger. Like, damn, like, you should have knew that I wanted cheese, or why didn't you ask me? But in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna do it without asking, because who wouldn't want a friend that's gonna do something, or somebody, or a partner, or a confidant that takes the time out of thinking about what you need, or whatever you might want at that moment, or whatever help you might need, or whatever. And you do it, and instead of, they may even say thank you at the moment. I'm not even gonna be like that. They might even show some type of, you might even, it ain't even like that. You feel me? You might share an intimate moment. And when I say intimate, I'm saying a moment of exchanging positive energy. Let's say that. It ain't even gotta be an intimate moment, because some people think intimate is something romantic. But I'm saying an intimate moment, like that person lets you know, like, damn, I appreciate you. You feel me? At that moment, right? But as soon as when life gets hard, maybe things might get frustrating for them. Life might get frustrating for you. And you might not be 100% that person that you were to them, that I wasn't to them. Or it could be something you going through too. I don't know. And that moment that you're not that person 100%, now you're being ridiculed for not being the solid person that you always showed that you were. It's like, sometimes it's like people are waiting, like, see, I knew it. I knew it wasn't 100. You know? But people gotta understand, man. Everybody go through something. The most solid one, I go through so much shit that people don't even have no idea what I be feeling. Because honestly, it ain't for them to feel it. I'm just starting to get into this place of my life where I'm expressing how I'm feeling and trying to figure out why things are happening the way they are. But then I also understand I did it to myself. Fuck am I talking to everybody or asking questions for? I mean, you know, we do need to vent, but at the end of the day, you think to yourself, you're like, damn, I probably did do this shit to myself. You know, even in that moment where somebody asks you, like, I don't know, like, am I doing this for recognition, or am I doing this for the love? Me as a human being, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm probably maybe 60-40 when it comes to it. I ain't gonna say 60-40, let's say 70-30. I'm human. Who don't want to be recognized, or who don't want to be appreciated for being the person that they are? Especially if you only deal with a select few of people. I don't deal with everybody. I don't want to be around everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, a lot of people have a lot of things with it. It's a lot dealing with people. It's a lot dealing with people. People got egos, childhood traumas. We all do. I'm not sitting here saying I'm perfect. I'm not at all. I just told you, My issue is sometimes how I react. Mainly how I react to things. When things, and when I say react, I'm not just an angry person. I don't have this mental issue where I just go off for no reason. But I do have a reaction to things where I know that I genuinely do things out for the love. And when I need you to show up for me, you can't do it. Or I might have a moment where I'm vulnerable. I might not even be talking about how I'm feeling. I might just be like, yo, this ain't my day. You know what I'm saying? I thought if you gave that to others, they'd give it to you. I know that sounds crazy, right? At my big age, thinking you treat those right, you get... It don't happen like that. You know? Even when it comes to relationships and love, man, I got so much to learn, man, when it comes to love and relationships. You know, it's easy to lose yourself, man. I honestly can say, it ain't even just relationships, life and relationships, all that shit, work, everything that goes into this universe. We get so caught up in that shit, man. It's so easy to lose yourself in this shit. Especially if you're a seeker of knowledge, or you're a seeker of just trying to better yourself or create the most positive bubble around your universe, at least the world that I'm trying to create. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to figure this shit out, man. And there's so much that I noticed that I don't know. It's so much that I gotta go back and change, bro. Nah, man. Childhood traumas too, you know. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I'm above all. I got flaws, bro. I'm fighting through a lot, you know what I'm saying? I've done a lot of traveling in the last, 3 years. Living here, living there, living there, living here. I've been through a lot, for real. But I wouldn't change this for the world, honestly. I had a moment where I'm going to be honest. I'm like, damn. Would it be easier if I just check out on all this shit? You know what I mean? Because life is getting hard. It didn't, I don't know, maybe that was my spirit or something spoke to me. It's just like, fuck that. Level up. Not even, fuck that level up shit. We ain't even gonna say, we're gonna talk about real life. Cause it ain't even about all that other shit. It's like, forget all that, bruh. Recalibrate yourself. Get back to that little boy that you was before the world put an expectation on you for who you needed to be in order to survive. Because that's all I became. I only became this way because I felt like this is the person I had to be to survive this world. You know what I mean? I felt like I didn't have everything I needed to get through. We all do it. We all do it. When you go to work, you can't say you don't. You go to work, you put on a certain face to get through work. That's your way of survival. It's just on me. I just put it on. I never turned it off. You want to be good, but you can't be all 100%. You can't say yes to everything. That's just what it is. You can't give people all of yourself. You'll lose yourself easily. That's what I'm learning. You lose yourself. Man, I used to put so much into folks, man. And it ain't nothing against. Shoot, what I'm going to do? Blame them? What I'm blaming them for? I did it to myself. I'm like, fuck them up. Like, of course I can ask Chris. That nigga gonna be like, sure. I don't even think they do it out of a way like, you know, some people say people take advantage. I don't even think I was being taken advantage of. I think I was just allowing whatever. Nigga ain't even care about himself. You know what I mean? It had me to the point I started being solitary. I started being to myself a lot more. I mean, I still have my bros. It's only, they know who they are. You feel me? It's only a few people that really know these type of the darkness I'll be going through sometimes. A lot of time I try to like fake, you know, I wouldn't say, I'll probably fake the funk, you know what I'm saying? But really on the inside, I'm probably hurting. But I'm around my bros, you feel me? And being in that moment with them because they going through stuff. So it's like, shit, I know my bro going through something. So it's like, sometimes I get into the mindset of like, shit, I'm over here complaining about this, but bro got this going on. Let me make sure bro mental right. You know what I'm saying? Let me show up. Let me let bro know I'm there for him. Even in relationships. You know, I don't have no kids. So my time is 100% for anybody that mess with me. And I think that's where I go wrong at sometimes. You know, they say too much of something ain't good for you. And that's where I feel like I went wrong. I never allowed things to come to me. I always, you know, because in my mind, men, we're hunters. You know what I mean? I'm a man before anything. So anything I want, I'm going to chase it. I'm going to hunt it. And I think that rule only applies to certain things, not life. Everything has its own definition. Everything has its own manual to it. At least for when it comes to you as an individual. You can't do everything the same way. And that's what I learned. I just was one way with everything. To the point, I think only certain folks, but now I understand, you know, that was being fake. I was being fake. Doing it for what? Or even if I didn't want to do it, did I do it for love? Or did I do it to be acknowledged and accepted? Cause some things I be wanting to say, hell no. Hell no. But nigga be like, shit, man, who else gonna do it? Like taking accountability. Taking accountability. That's probably one of the biggest things that I preach is me being accountable. I was so accountable to the point I didn't understand being responsible. You can be accountable, But can you be responsible for how you act, or for what you do, or how things turn out? Can you be responsible for that? You can be accountable, like, yo, listen, I did that. But can you feel deep down inside when it comes to others being involved? Can you take the rap when there's other people involved? And can you be responsible and bow out gracefully? I think that's the main thing with me, is I need to learn how to bow out gracefully. I never understood, I never knew how to do that. You know what I'm saying? To just leave out smooth. I mean, I don't know. I just been trying to figure this shit out, man. I made a lot of mistakes. Went down some dark roads. Shit. I'm just like you, man. I'm no different than the next person. I'm back at square one. I lost it all. Lost my car. Lost my job. Good job. Good paying career. But I was so out of my mind and so high and blurred because I was drowning in my misery, to the point I started popping pills and sipping syrup every day. And those who know me, y'all know. Y'all know what was going on. And my habit was probably so out of control, yo, that I literally would avoid people. Like, I would stay in the house. Someday I get sad, fuck it. I'm gonna pour me up this deuce, fuck it. I pour up a 3, shit, 4s, whatever. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna even tell you how I even got into that lane, but it is what it is. I'm human. That was my way of coping. Sipping syrup, popping pills. You know what I mean? To the point, I didn't even notice how much I lost myself until I looked around and everything was gone. I literally looked around and everything was gone. Everything. I lost everything. And now, it's time to pay the piper. You know, I just asked God, give me this chance, man, to get back and just to get back and had an opportunity to get my mental together. I can get all this shit back. It ain't nothing. Shoot, everybody, yo, y'all know I'm a grinding. I'm gonna get it back way more than I did last time. But this time, I just want to be mentally secure, mentally prepared, ahead of myself than I was last time, because I wasn't prepared for that type of shit. You know, it was a lot that I was going through, you know. And then being on the drugs, you know, of course in your mind you think you hiding it. I'm like, oh, they don't know, you feel me? Or yeah, I could be a little high. I ain't affecting nobody. I got it under control. You don't know that you're affecting everybody around you. Who knows how I probably would have dealt with it. I probably would have did things better. Or who knows? Maybe it was meant for this to happen, you know? I lost the woman I love, you feel me, through probably that too, you know? Some days I didn't want to do drugs, you know? And I feel like I didn't understand what I was putting in my body. Not knowing that shit was making me a maniac. I was making me a horrible person. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna let nobody play with me. You know what I'm saying? But not even knowing that shit made me, I wasn't being emotional. Being erratic, not being the person that I am. You know, my whole life, I always held shit in and let shit slide. And one thing my cousin always told me, he would always be mad at me for that, you know? Because I never really blew things out of proportion. My cousin was always like, stop holding that in. You're going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to lose your mind. I held it in so much to the point now I'm grown. The first sight of any type of, if I feel disrespected or if I feel like somebody like ridiculing me or coming at me, the first thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to defend myself. I'm not letting nobody play with me. I thought that's who I became, you know? A stand-up guy. A man that ain't taking shit. But really, I was becoming an emotional child. All my childhood hurt was coming out whenever I was going through withdrawals. I noticed that. Just gotta support your people, man. You going through any type of, you trying to get off whatever you want, just stay positive, get out, get in the sun, talk to the right people, eat right, and don't hold it in. Talk to the right people. Don't just talk to anybody. Not everybody gonna understand. And that's okay. Don't get frustrated with that, you know? Because frustration only turns into anger. And anger turns into a whole nother list of problems you don't want to deal with, man. It's just going to push you back. It's better to just feel what you're feeling, go through it, figure it out. You know? I'm just trying to take this time to figure myself out and get right. And, you know, in the meantime, do right by people. And just slowly rebuild and recalibrate. This guy changed the way we thinking, man. You know? Sometimes our visual of things ain't what you think it is. That's off of your personal opinion. But that might not be what it really is. It's just what you saw. But you don't even know what's underneath all that. You know what I mean? Just gotta get right, man. I'm remaining positive, and I don't know, I might keep going with this. You feel me? Because I'm definitely on this journey to rebuilding myself, becoming the man that I want to be, and the man I'm destined to be. And I hope everything it's not even I hope, I know, you know, it's just I gotta want it for myself. You know. But yeah, I'ma holler for real. Maybe we'll talk another time. But y'all take it easy.